blows our culture reality out of the water, and it makes us uncomfortable. You see, when you boil it down like that in the basics of kindergarten Christianity, it really does sound heretical and blasphemous, does it not? I mean, what pastor has the right to stand up before his congregation and say, I'm sorry, everyone, God's alive, he's just crippled? You'll never get out of a wheelchair because God happens to be in one. We think the throne room of God is like a geriatric unit. Don't die on me now. I ain't even started preaching yet. God walking to church with some crutches on. Huh? What is wrong with us? What's wrong with us? You ever notice? I'm just meddling for a minute. I'm about to take my watch off and preach. I'm just going to look at it. You know, and look, I know that God has a process by which he heals some people. Okay? As your faith is, so be it unto you. I know that all infirmity is not a demon, but there is a spirit of infirmity. But you know what's interesting? Especially when we've been going through all of this county nonsense. Do you know one, it's funny, did you know one of the biggest, this is crazy, now I know sometimes legality has a lot to do with this, just follow it. Did you know one of the largest expenses that churches in the American landscape, it's not this way for the most part overseas, but churches in the American culture, you know one of the largest expenses we have in buildings? The amount of handicap parking and handicap accessibility that we have in our churches. Now let me make you mad for a minute, and I don't really care. Why is it you pull up to a church that says they operate in faith and you have 50 handicap parking spots? Ain't nobody laid hands on them handicapped folks yet. I don't care what Twitter says. You can get mad all you want to. Fold your arms, stick your lips out, pooch them out. I don't care. I'm so unafraid of what anybody in this tent thinks about me right now in my life, I could care less. We just expect that people are going to leave church the same way they came to church. We ought to start having some signs out there that don't have, you know, like handicap accessibility, people in a wheelchair. We ought to start having signs of a wheelchair laying down and somebody just walking up. Well, Pastor, I think you're being insensitive. I think you just don't have any faith is what I think. I mean, we celebrate sickness in the American church. Well, so-and-so said they had cancer, and so we're just going to believe God for you. Well, why don't you stop the whole service and lay your hands on them and believe God for them? Call that spirit of infirmity out of them.